Hey there, welcome back to another mini rant. This time I'm talking about the topic of streaming media. Now, I'm not talking about how streaming media is bad and it's terrible and it should go away. No, I'm perfectly fine with it existing. I think it's a cool thing. It's a great option to be able to watch movies and television shows. I have Netflix, I have Amazon Video, I use them. I can understand why other people use them. Cut the cord, stop paying ridiculous prices for cable, and stream movies and TV shows from Amazon or Netflix or Hulu. I totally get it. I totally understand. What this video is about is disputing and arguing against the notion that streaming media is the future and it's the best option and it's better than physical media. And that is what this video is about. Because recent polls have come out that have shown that streaming media has overtaken physical media as the go-to way to watch and view films and television shows. It's also come out that it's selling better and selling more than physical media is. And that's honestly something that I'm not surprised about, but at the same time, it really does worry me. Because I do not see streaming media being better than physical media right now. For one, streaming media if you're streaming a film on Netflix or Amazon Prime, you're not going to have as good picture quality as you're going to get with an actual Blu-ray or a DVD. It's just not going to happen. That's just the way it is. Yes, there are some really cool looking, crisp looking HD videos, but they're not as crisp and as clear looking as a Blu-ray. Now, the same thing applies to the sound. You're not going to get the most out of your surround sound system or the most out of the sound from your film if you stream it on Netflix or Amazon Video. It's just not possible with the software and the digital processing that's used to create the sound for a streaming media, for a streaming film. Now, that's not saying it's bad or it sounds terrible or it's unlistenable or anything, but you're not going to get the optimum home theater experience from streaming. It's just not what you're going to get unless it's an uh, older TV show or older movie or something that you really weren't going to get that great of an experience to begin with because it was only from a VHS. So it depends on what the source is to begin with. Also, that's another thing. If digital media becomes the future of everything, and people aren't keeping their files on DVDs or things like that, and they're only keeping it in a digital copy on a hard drive, well, files like that can get corrupt. And what's going to happen if you have a movie that you're trying to preserve for generations and you have it on a computer hard drive, the hard drive crashes, and then what are you going to do? I mean, yes, you might have a backup one, but I mean, it's still like over time the digital file is going to get more corrupt and it's not going to look as good as the years go by. Trust me, I know this. Videos that I have edited with my Windows Media Player, with the Windows Movie Maker, years ago, from when I first got on the start of this channel, I look at them now, and they look like shit. The video quality is terrible. It's almost completely unwatchable. But back when I made them, the video quality was fine. It wasn't unwatchable. It wasn't blurry. It wasn't pixelated. It was perfectly fine. This is an issue that I think a lot of people are overlooking. If you're trying to preserve films for years and years to come, you're going to run into that issue because that's just how digital media is. Um, Now, another thing that I think is being overlooked by people when it comes to uh, why streaming is supposedly the better option is the special features. If you're the type of person who likes to listen to an audio commentary track on your DVD or Blu-ray, if you like to watch making of documentaries and so on, streaming media is more than likely not going to give that stuff to you. You already see that. Unless they start changing their ways and they start giving you abilities to be able to watch documentaries and featurettes and TV spots and trailers, then the only way to really watch that stuff is on a physical copy of a film or a TV show. Um, and I just don't see a lot of studios really honestly putting the time and effort into allowing people and allowing consumers to watch features along with their streaming copy of the film on Netflix or Amazon. I just don't see it. And also with Netflix and Amazon, they don't get the new releases until months after they've already been out on home video. So, so there's that as well. So if you want to wait for a good long amount of time to be able to watch whatever movie that you're looking forward to or curious about, then I guess you can go with Netflix or Amazon Video. But if you want to wait less time, then you either go see it in the theater or you wait till it comes out on home video in a physical copy. So, and also, I know some people say, oh, okay, it saves up space. Yeah, it does. It does save space. But at the same time, you don't actually own those films. Even if you download a torrent or you download a copy of whatever or a rip or of some movie or whatever and you have it on your hard drive. I have stuff like that, I admit it. Most of it is for hard to find movies that are not available on home video or they're out of print and I can't stream them. So I get it. But at the same time, that's a copy of a copy. It's not really something that you physically own. You can't, it's not tangible. It's not something that you can grab and, like something like this. It's not a DVD. It's not like, oh, look, I have Shakedown. I do have Shakedown. I own this DVD. I bought this DVD. I have a physical copy of this movie and I can watch this movie anytime that I want. Now, with a streaming platform, you can't watch it anytime that you want because you're at the mercy of Netflix or Amazon Video. You're at the mercy of their queue. Do they have it available in their queue? So and if they do, cool. But it's not going to stay there unless it's a Netflix original series or an Amazon original series. There's always a limit to how long those shows or those movies are going to be on Netflix or Amazon. They're eventually going to go away. So essentially, you're paying for a rental service. But it's instead of renting movies and having a wider selection like you did with Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, it's kind of sad actually. When you're thinking about it, I mean, Netflix and Amazon Video have a much smaller selection than something like the old video stores that people think are so archaic and outdated. In a lot of ways, they just went under because of convenience. People looked at Netflix, oh, I can stream it, or I can order DVDs from Netflix online. I don't have to go to the store. Understandable. It fed into people's laziness. And come on, hey, if you have an option to be lazy, you'll probably take it. Hey, I don't have to go to Blockbuster, and I don't have to return it. I don't have to do this. All right, cool. But at the same time, it's led into this streaming, this kind of renaissance of streaming media. And what this has caused is, people are getting a bit complacent, and also at the same time, they're getting used to not getting as much. It's like, oh, streaming media is so much better. I don't have nearly as much as a selection as I might have had in the past, or I might if I buy physical media. But convenience, that's kind of what it is. Convenience over selection. And for me, I don't agree with that. I mean, I can combine the queues of Netflix and Amazon Video, and they're not even going to remotely compare to all of the films that I have in my room right now. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's convenience is all nice and well, but if it's just convenient, but you don't have a lot of selection, then I don't know. I don't think convenience is enough to trump all the other things that physical media gives you. Now, another thing too is when you buy a digital copy of something, essentially you're just renting it. You can only watch it on your streaming media platform. You can only watch it on Amazon Video. You can only watch it on, your Sony network, whatever thing. You can't watch it. You can't take that digital copy. You can't burn it on a disc and watch it for yourself and save it for later. You can't watch it on a VLC media player or any other more superior video player, you can't watch it on that. You have to watch it on Windows Media Player or QuickTime or iTunes. So you have limited options there. And it's because the studios don't trust you. And this is why piracy is so out of hand. That's why people pirate things. It's because the studios either do not allow people to watch things illegally, legally. They don't allow them to watch certain things legally. I mean, like, for example, people overseas, they pirate a lot of stuff because the Netflix doesn't have a lot of the American shows that we do over here in the States. Now, in other instances, people pirate stuff because, well, the digital copies suck. They're limited, and it's like, what is it? I mean, is it really a copy? Sounds like I'm just renting the ability to be able to stream this movie or this TV show. I'm just paying for it. It's not the free Amazon Video option. I have to pay for it. And the prices too are kind of crazy. I mean, for some of these videos, some of these like TV shows, like $23.99, $25 for like season 1 of World's Dumbest. I'm just like, I'm like, really? True TV's World's Dumbest. I got to pay $25 for a first season. Or Pros versus Joes, $25-$30 for season 1, and like $2.99 for like each episode. It's like $3 for one episode. I understand people are like, okay, it's kind of like the iTunes thing. But no, it's not really, because when you pay for something, a MP3 file, you could still put that MP3 file on a CD or on your MP3 player, and you can still listen to it. You can listen to that MP3 file on your VLC media player. You can listen to that MP3 file on any format that can play an MP3. But when it comes to a video file, for some reason, you are limited. You can't watch it on anything other than the video playing software that they say that you can watch it on, and you can only stream it on Amazon Video and so on, or YouTube or whatever. You have limited options. You can't put that copy that you paid for on a portable hard drive, plug it into your TV and watch it. I don't know why. It's because they don't trust you. That's the main thing. They think you're going to pirate everything. You're not going to pay. But it's like, you paid for it. I mean, that's my thing. It's like, I paid for it. Why can I not watch whatever I paid for in whatever way I want to watch it? But, that's just my personal opinion on that. But anyway, I think streaming is a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, I'm looking forward to the remastered episodes of Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack showing up on streaming platforms on Amazon sometime this year. That's going to be awesome with updates and everything. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. And there are a lot of things that I would not have been able to see without streaming. And it is a good option. It is a cool thing. But at the same time, I don't think it's better than physical media. It just isn't to that point yet. When it gets to the point where the video and the audio quality is on par and it's as good as Blu-ray or a 4K or DVD, then okay, I'll definitely uh, look into it more, and I can see the benefits of it, and I can see that maybe it would be considered to be the better alternative. But right now, it isn't, if you ask me. It's just a case of convenience. People are paying for convenience, and they're enjoying convenience, and that's great. But they're also limited. They're left with limited selection, and if you like behind the scenes stuff, well, you can say goodbye to that if physical media ever dies off, because I highly doubt that studios will pay money to do special features and have them available so you can watch them and listen to audio commentaries for free on your streaming platforms. Now, if that is what happens in the future, awesome, cool. You get the best of both worlds. But at the same time, what happens? What happens if you have no internet? What happens if the server goes down? What happens when all this happens? You don't have to worry about that with a DVD or a Blu-ray. You just have to make sure you take care of it and you don't get it all scratched up. And if you do that, you can watch it as many times as you want. And it'll always be there. So that's the thing. I mean, I don't understand why people would prefer streaming over physical media, but that's just my personal opinion. I think it's absolutely 100% still the better alternative, and that's my thoughts on why I feel that it is. I think it's kind of getting a little bit undervalued lately. It's the hip thing to love the streaming and to be like streaming is the best way to go, but I don't know. I mean, what are they gonna have features and stuff, but you have to pay like DLC? Is that just gonna have to pay like DLC for movies? Oh, I gotta pay extra money to be able to download that audio commentary track, or I have to pay extra money to be able. I could totally see studios doing that, price gouging your eyes out, with this fucking DLC for movies. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the whole thing, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later. See ya.